Made in Hollywood.
The psychological thriller Speak No Evil, starring James McAvoy, is made in Hollywood.
As much as he's all these bad things, he does have one thing that not everybody does. Lots of good people don't have this. He has the secret to being, generally speaking, pretty happy.
Made in Hollywood.
Also on today's show, Dave Bautista stars as an assassin who tries to get himself killed in the action comedy The Killer's Game.
It's a new venture for me. I was nervous about it, I was self-conscious about it, I'm still nervous about it, and I hope people will receive it. But I had so much fun doing it, I'm very proud of it.
Plus, the uplifting series Three Women features Shailene Woodley, and Leah Thompson stars in the heartwarming family drama The Chicken Sisters. This week on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
A charming countryside invitation quickly turns a dream holiday into a horrific nightmare as James McAvoy stars in the psychological thriller Speak No Evil.
It's so quiet around here. Don't even have any neighbors?
Agnes, love, you have to eat your vegetables. We don't chew with our mouths open.
Please, could you stop telling my daughter what to do?
You don't criticize other people's children. You should say sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, Louise.
Louise, is there anything you'd like to say?
I really liked the fact that there was this couple that were good people and they were really unhappy and they had a relationship that you would never wish in your worst enemy. And then you've got these bad people. It's the kind of relationship you could only dream of. And I thought that was such a good juxtaposition.
Look, I get it.
My first reaction was, cool, this is smart and scary, and that's fun to find because that's quite a rare situation.
The overall theme of both of the films was something that really excited me to play in towing this line of subtlety and uncomfortability, and these moments that people have to sit in was something that I hadn't seen really explored on such a specific level.
I admire you. Louise is a great woman.
I love the original movie, but you don't want to remake the same movie. You want to reimagine it in some way. So I sort of thought, if I can relocate this film to the UK with characters that I know, Brits and Americans, immediately it starts to mutate.
I've always wanted a family like yours.
Mom, something's not right with him.
What is wrong with you? I want to back up the car, and I want to leave now.
We meet Ben and Louise, you know, in the midst of some sort of initially undefined fracture that they're trying to mend.
I don't care. I want to leave now.
He just lost his job, he's got complications in his marriage, he's feeling distant from his daughter. You meet somebody like Patty, and he's everything that Ben wants to be.
I loved how Scooter McKenzie played Ben and Louise in terms of, you know, they're a couple that are struggling along and they've got troubles, and they look at this other couple who are have this sort of sexy, vibrant, liberated life, and they think if we could be like them. I think it's quite relatable.
They're gonna kill us.
It was so great to have Mackenzie come in. I was really lucky to be able to work with her on a TV show for 4 years. So the two of us really knew each other really well. So when she came in, the chemistry was already built in.
I think he's such a good actor, and we have a lot of history that informed this and made it quite easy to slip into it because I already knew how much I like admired him as an actor.
Out here, you're neither predator nor prey.
I need you to be brave.
As much as he's all these bad things, he does have one thing that not everybody does. Lots of good people don't have this. He has the secret to being, generally speaking, pretty happy.
So I was kind of going like,
Yeah, I forgot.
Like, he's just having so much fun, and it's my favorite sort of actor is the one that like kind of finds that joy in what they're doing, and it isn't this like dark, brooding, like, oh, I've got to play this bad guy. And he is joyful and really generous and makes it so fun to work with him, to be around him, and to watch him, because you can see that in his eyes.
It's a delight working with James. I mean, he was really my only choice. I wrote the script with him in mind. It was fantastic when he said yes.
Really free, really open, really welcoming of ideas, suggestions, but at the same time, really tightly calibrating and orchestrating this tightrope walk, which on one side of it has a lot of comedy and on the other side has a lot of scares and fear and horror. but you can't really jump either side until the end of the movie. You've got to kind of stay on that tightrope so that both things are possible at all times, you know. But he was brilliant. He had it so tightly wound.
You guys have been
Just a breath of fresh air. Oh, well, that is very sweet of you to say.
Coming up, Dave Bautista stars as an assassin who takes matters into his own hands in the action comedy The Killer's Game, and the family drama series The Chicken Sisters features Leah Thompson. To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviefone.com. Find it, watch it.
It's a new venture for me. I was nervous about it. I was self-conscious about it. I'm still nervous about it, and I hope people will receive it. But I had so much fun doing it. I'm very proud of it.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
A terminal diagnosis causes an assassin to take a hit out on himself, as Dave Bautista and Sofia Boutella star in the action comedy The Killer's Game.
How did you end up here?
Work.
What do you do?
Retirement planning.
The first reaction would have been years and years ago, and I loved it right off the bat because I thought it was just a rom-com disguised as an action film.
I was really attracted to working with David, first of all, and also to be in an action film where I don't do any action.
Nice one! See you tomorrow! Woo! I read the screenplay 10 years ago when they wanted me to stunt coordinate it. Then I read the screenplay again 3 years ago when they wanted me to second unit direct it for another director. And my producer, Andrew Lazar, came to watch a rough cut of Day Shift in the editing room, and then he said, hey, I want you to direct it.
There's only two ways out of the killer's game, Joseph. You walk away clean, or you go out on your back.
It's a new venture for me. I was nervous about it. I was self-conscious about it. I'm still nervous about it, and I hope people will receive it. But I had so much fun doing it. I'm very proud of it.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news, Joe. It's terminal.
How long do I have?
Best case, 3 months.
I don't want Maisie to see me bothered like that.
So I didn't really set out to make an action movie. I set out to make a love story that has a head-on collision with an action movie.
And I've never played a character that is that soft, that it just has, you know, romance in her life. I haven't got a chance to explore that, so I'm happy that I got a chance to do that.
Boom, and then he goes down, and then boom, and he goes all the way through, yeah, and he goes to the ground. I mean, I knew the action was gonna be, I knew we were gonna do fine. I knew it because that's my day job. Showing them falling in love, that whole thing, that was kind of my buffer where the movie turns from this love story into where we're going.
What brings you to my door?
I need a contract executed.
Who do you want retired?
Me.
Dave's a professional wrestler, which means his ability to retain choreography is second to none. They're live show people. So they're in front of 60,000 people, so they don't get to say, cut, let's go back to one and fix it. It's not like our job. Like, they have to remember everything. So having him it was like winning the lottery for me.
Because he understands action so well, it just made it really easy for me. And also, with this, a lot of times it was coming to set, and because JJ is so experienced in this, he knows exactly what he needs. So we just need these few beats, then we need these few beats, and then we need these few beats. So it's stuff that I can learn just very fast, like right there on the day.
Oh, Flood, thank God. There's been a mistake. They switched your scan with another patient. You're not gonna die, but you might want to get your eyes checked.
Kind of starts where he's taking a bunch of people out, you establish that he's a killer, and then in the love-kill montage, it's not too over the top, it's very cut and dry, oneers. But when Go-Yang shows up and we start introducing these characters, you're like, oh, what is this? Oh, now I get it.
What is going on, Joe?
Maisie, I'm a hitman.
What? You kill people?
Don't hate the player. Hate the game.
It was nerve-wracking, man. It was intimidating as you'd imagine. For me, especially because I've got such a chip on my shoulder to prove myself as an actor, and I want to feel like I deserve to be there sharing scenes with Sir Ben. But it's very validating for me. But at the same time, like everybody, the energy was very different when Sir Ben was on set.
Everybody was nervous the day he came on set, and he is, you know, the charisma that comes with his presence is pretty monumental, and But he was also very sweet, very kind, and also chill. But he is Sir Ben Kingsley.
Yeah. $2 million for Joe Flood. Daddy's got to go to work.
Now available on your home screen. A cooking competition show pours grease on the fire of a generations-old rift between two local restaurants as Leah Thompson stars in the family drama series, The Chicken Sisters.
Kitchen Clash is coming to Merrimack.
They're coming here? Holy!
What if we don't win? It'd be embarrassing and on TV. No, the show always makes both sides look good.
I'd heard of the book. I had friends that had told me to read it, and but I like to, not read it when I'm doing it because I don't want to be swayed.
I wasn't familiar with it until after I became aware of the show and read the scripts, and then became aware of the book.
When we first began, Annie Mabane, who developed this, and she let us know that we are diverging from the book.
You don't need to have read the book to love our show, and in fact, I was not able to read the book until after we wrapped, but it's such an honor to be a part of a New York Times bestseller and a Reese's Book Club selection, and to have a built-in audience like that is so cool.
Have you ever heard of Ultimate Kitchen Clash?
I'm old, Amanda. I don't live under a rock.
There are two feuding chicken restaurants in a small town called Merrimack, and it's generations old, and it's divided the town. It focuses on this one particular family who straddles that divide.
One of them is the restaurant that I grew up with because my mother runs that, and then the other rival restaurant is the restaurant that I married into, which is Leah's character's restaurant.
It's a tradition in this town to be either a Mimi's girl or a Franny's girl. And so we've been forced into this rivalry that we didn't really start.
Franny's is different, you know it. Could have been a franchise.
And maybe we still can.
I submit these two restaurants to be on this reality competition show called Kitchen Clash. And they come to our town and do this reality competition on these two restaurants, and it gets crazy.
Some family's family. I don't like the way that woman ices you out. It dills my darn pickle.
Nancy and Gus are the matriarchs of these two different warring chicken restaurants. They've been warring for like 100 years.
I don't care about being on a TV show.
Gus is very protected. She doesn't let her emotions out. She's very private. She certainly does not want a camera in her face.
Between the prize money and all the publicity we're gonna get, this could be huge for us. And Mimi's.
We love our mother, but she's also challenging, and she's hard on us because she's had a hard go.
This is really about generational trauma and how, if you don't work out the stuff that's been handed down over generations, you tend to repeat the same mistakes.
What this show reveals is that every human being has an incredibly good reason for doing exactly what they do in exactly the way that they do it.
There's a reason why they all are behaving the way they are, and you understand what those reasons are as you go through this season.
Yeah.
Oh, heck, why not?
To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviephone.com. Find it, watch it. Up next, Shailene Woodley stars in the uplifting drama series based on the international best-selling book, Three Women.
We filmed things that I've never personally seen in film or television before.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
Now available on your home screen. In the uplifting drama series Three Women, Shailene Woodley stars as a seasoned writer who immerses herself in the compelling lives of three seemingly ordinary women.
My book is going nowhere. My publisher just threw 200,000 words into the trash. And like anyone who doesn't know what they're doing, I drove across the country and back. And in driving, I found what I didn't know I was looking for.
I read the book and like so many absolutely fell in love with it. And I was so taken by Lisa's writing and her capturing these three real women.
I wanted to tell real stories of real women's desires who were going to be specific and honest and real, and other women specifically could watch or read rather and go, oh, I do that too. I feel that way too.
One of the things we really wanted to make sure is that the show stands on its own so that people who read the book will see the book and feel like it's reflective of their experience, emotional experience of reading it. But we also were really able to build out the show, include a really pivotal new character based on Lisa, and really expand what the show is.
More than I wanted to tell their stories, I wanted to hear them myself. We spoke about, how much do you want this to be a portrayal of who you are? The story and the history might be truthful in certain ways to what she has walked through in her personal life, but the person of who Gia is gets to be the person who Gia is. They all had the audacity to believe that they deserved more.
We really needed and wanted to get it right. That was paramount to Lisa and I in the adaptation. And Maggie did consult with us during the writing of the scripts, so she was a real resource for us.
So I didn't speak to Maggie throughout the process. I only had the scripts and conversations with Laura and Lisa. The point was we all wanted to tell a story in the best way possible.
Some people are real good at tricking other people. If I say nothing, then he will go on forever being Teacher of the Year.
It's complicated and you just want to portray the story the best as you can. Yeah, it was difficult at times, but I felt really strong doing it, powerful. And Maggie is so brave. So I kind of took that away with me. And yeah, it was a journey.
I want to tell the world your story.
One of the guiding lights for the whole production was that it would feel to a woman watching it that this is the way it feels to be a woman.
We filmed things that I've never personally seen in film or television before. And I think it's one thing to read about something, because when you read about something, we're able to kind of create our own image of it. But when you see it and it's visual and it's auditory and it's like in your face, I hope that this show is like a chrysalis for a lot of women to feel less alone in their experiences. The thing we can do to understand is to listen. To really listen.
Stay tuned, there's more coming up on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Thanks for watching Made in Hollywood, powered by MoviePhone. For more behind-the-screen content, check out MoviePhone.com.
Hollywood. Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.